All right. So round 18 in Japan, Suzuka. Not a great race for me, but for you, you did really, really well, didn't you, Pete?
I did. We should introduce it. This is the what are we going to call it? The Drive to
Yeah.
Spin podcast.
Podcast. Yeah.
I like Drive to Spin. I think that sounds good.
All right.
So yeah, it's good. So yeah, it was good. I was thinking about this before actually around qualifying. It was interesting hearing guys on the chat, and a lot of them running really long in qualifying. You know, like staying out and trying to do multiple laps to try and get that lap time, that quick lap time.
Yeah.
But I find I only did one lap, and then I think I tried to do a second one and I messed it up, so I just came in. But what I normally do is only do one lap, maybe a second. And I think what a lot of people are doing is they're either doing a really fast out lap and using up their batteries and using up their tires.
Yeah.
Or then trying to do multiple laps on the same tire with no battery because they've used it all up within 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah.
Probably low fuel and worn tires, and then they're at a disadvantage when they start the race.
Yeah, because the tires are worn.
Yeah, the tires are worn.
Yeah, because what I do one hot lap and then I come in. That's it. Otherwise, you start. Yeah, 2 things are happening. You start to wear down your tires, like you said, and the second lap you do, or the lap after your hot lap, you haven't got a lot of battery left. So there's no point. You're not going to be as quick. So you just did the 1 lap, and that.
No. I did do a second one. I think the fastest lap was my second hot lap, and then I went out to try and do a third, and then I messed up the third. So I went out, I did my out lap. Oh yeah, out lap. I didn't push it too much on that out lap. Just tried to warm things up.
The tires,
and try to keep that battery at 100% for when I started the lap. Did that, then did a slow out in lap, came in, and then did that again. And the second time I did that, I got the fastest lap, and then the third time, I think I stuffed up the lap, and I just came straight in.
Right. And so each time you go out, you're putting on fresh tires.
Yes,
that's what I do. Yeah.
Yes. And I get what people are doing with the medium or trying to do with the medium.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's an advantage in that with a track, which is, I think Suzuka is, for us, is a one-stopper, right? So starting on the mediums, I get the theory, but most times, most of us generally have to pit early anyway, or there's a safety car, or there's a broken wing. So starting on the mediums, I don't know that you get an advantage doing that.
Because it worked out all right for Johnny, but because it was a one-stopper, I think if I had stayed in the race, I reckon I would have been, by the time he pitted, I would have been a few seconds ahead of him, and it would have been a fight to the finish because he would have been on the softs, I would have been on the mediums, but a number of seconds ahead of him. So it would have been hard to say who would have won if I had have stayed in.
And those mediums, I reckon, those softs that he would have been on at the end would have had a good sweep period, but then at the end,
they would have been losing grip. Yeah.
He might have been struggling, and it was just fortunate there was enough safety cars and virtual safety cars and stuff, or probably more virtual safety cars in this race, that he could conserve, like most of us could conserve the tires. Because I think my strategy was softs then hards, and I think I saw a few people go on hards.
Soft and then hard. Why hard?
Oh, that's just what the auto strategy said. But then it changed midway because my tire wear was pretty good, and that was the other thing. Because I didn't burn the tire out, when the qualifying tire that I did qualifying, it would last longer in the race. So guys that are burning that out, do a good lap, that's their time. They start on that tire. So if you burn that tire out, trying to beat that time, and you don't, and then you have to start on that, that's going to kill you.
Yeah, that was a problem with me. I think with my first run, it was bad because I was in a bit of traffic, so that was slowing me down. And my
Yeah.
second run, I did all right, but then I thought there's no point doing a third run because I'm just going through tires. But I knew I had a bit more pace in me. I don't think I would have got a 31.6 like you got. But I definitely knew I had a lot more pace in me. I mean, it didn't matter in the end because I made up a lot of places quite quickly. And that's my problem. I feel like for me, my qualifying times aren't very good. My race pace is on point. Like I'm really confident with the race, but for some reason, my qualifying sessions aren't great. I don't know. I need to work on that.
When are you going out? Are you going out, as you said, you were in a bit of traffic. Are you going out when there's too much traffic?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just went out as soon as I'm ready. I just went out. But I think what I'm going to do next time is just wait a few minutes, like 5 minutes, wait for people to start setting times, and then go out. So
yeah, I always wait. I always let basically the whole field go out, and then try to go out as people were
finishing their hot lap.
Yeah, or finishing the hop lap or whatever, and then they're all racing, and if I can slot in the middle of them, I'm not going to hit any of them. Like, we'll catch up to any of them because they're qualifying, and no one's going to come up behind me because I'm qualifying. But Suzuka was easier to do that because it's a long track. It's 5.8 kilometers. Shorter tracks, it's a lot harder, I reckon.
Yeah. Interesting. So let's have a look at what happened at the start of the race, because there was quite a lot of DNFs.
So you recorded this. Is this your recording? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Dim had issues with his steering wheel.
I don't know what that was.
He swears he didn't touch it, but you can see there he is there, and then Liam's on the left. So watch what happens between them two.
Liam goes out. Oh,
was
there contact there? Or
it's turn 2. Yeah, look at that. And then into the wall.
No.
So Greg got taken out at turn 1. You can see here. If I can find it again. Yeah. So look at Mr. Seagull. He's the first thing taken out. I think JP turned to him.
Oh yeah.
And then I think he broke a wing.
Oof. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there he's gone. So Greg, Liam, and Dim. Well, Greg had a broken wing. Liam and Dim had DNFs, and someone else I think DNF'd right at the start.
I thought I saw another car there, but no, I think that was just Dim. Oh, there.
Yeah, so Liam's out.
Who was that?
Dim's out.
King JP.
Yeah.
But King JP did all right to come back from there.
He did. He ended up in second. Yeah. He wasn't too far away from me at the end. So here's what happened to me, right? We've watched this already, but let's have another quick look. So
now, at this point, are you planning on coming in, or are you just
racing? So at this point, good question. So at this point, I've pitted the lap before, or lap 13, I think I pitted, and I was gaining on. So before I pitted, I was on the softs. Johnny hasn't pitted yet; he's still on the mediums, and I got within 1.5 seconds, or less than 2 seconds. I was in close to him, and then I pitted. Went on the mediums. So we're both on the mediums. So I'm on new, fresh mediums.
Yep.
Johnny's on old mediums, 15 lap old mediums, right? And the gap was 20-something seconds. So I had narrowed it down to 20 seconds. So if I had stayed on, he would have pitted, and I would come out because I think the pits take like 27 seconds.
Yeah, you would have come out
ahead. Without a broken wing. So I would have come out 7 seconds ahead of him. And he would only, so if he pitted at lap 17, he's got 10 laps to catch me.
Yes.
Yeah. So he would have to, you know, roughly speaking, be going at least a second faster than me per lap.
Yeah.
To catch me. And I don't think, would he be in traffic? He would have come close to Greg, maybe you. So I don't think there would have been a lot of traffic. So
it would have been all right. He would have had pretty clear
right.
air.
Yeah. So it would have been close. It would have been close, but I had to do this stupid thing. And so here's what I did. Right. I just gave it, so you can see like my gas. I just gave it too much, and then hit the barrier, and then just thought I could risk it by spinning around and get disqualified. So yeah,
I still think that's a bit harsh because you were sort of fake. It would have been hard to turn the other way. Like you would have had to reverse back and turn the other way. But I guess, because you because you're going that way anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So like I hit the wall and I bump out just a little bit. Yeah, like maybe a car length or or 2 car lengths at most, in front of the entry.
Yeah, so then you had to go right. By the sounds of things, you had to go right. You would have, but that would have killed you, man. But you would have got points. Oh, did you end up with points?
No, I didn't.
So you would have
nothing.
Yeah, you would have ended up with points.
Yeah,
it would have been a really slow lap, and you would have been way behind, but you would have got points, and you might have been able to get a fastest lap in there somewhere. So
perhaps, yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna during the week I'm gonna just try reversing and see if you get disqualified just reversing, like you're not facing the right direction, but just reversing, because this is good to know for future reference. So I'm gonna try reversing to see if reversing is allowed, and then
but the rule is, that white line that goes on the pen entry, you will get penalized if you cross that white line.
Yeah. But
and likewise, when you exit it, if you cross that white line too soon, you get a penalty. So you didn't just cross the white line. You weren't trying to cross the white line. You were trying to cross the grass.
No. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The thing is, I just thought, in a split second, I thought, man, if I do a whole lap, I'm going to lose so much time. So I thought, let me just risk it and see if I can go around, because I reckon I can make it.
So how many was left? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there was 9 drivers left at that point. So you were guaranteed 9th if you'd gone around.
Yeah, true.
So 2 points and maybe fastest lap, which is 3 points.
3 points, maybe. Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah. Well, Johnny finished first, and now he's got such a huge lead on me in the championship standings.
Yeah, so bring up the championship. Do you have that
I do,
the table there?
I do.
Because that's a good thing to look at.
So Geordie's still on top, 262. Sorry. Alvie's on top with 262. Geordie's a close second, 257, so 5 points. Then Johnny's 202. And then, so he scored 25 points last night. And now the difference between me and him is what? 35 points, which is a lot. But Jordan's very close to me now, JP. He's, what's that? He's 9 points.
Yeah. So
he's getting on me. So I could fall further down the championship if I'm not careful.
Yeah. I mean, for Liskey, that's Chris, isn't it?
Liskey is Johnny. Chris is
Johnny.
Bunky, yeah. Johnny.
Bunky, yeah, sorry. I was speaking to Bunky and Chris before. So, he needed that win. And he drove well. I think.
He did, yeah.
Consistently well. So, I think he made the right call to come in and do just that extra pit stop at the end, even though he might not have needed to. But
what did he do in the end? I can't remember.
I think it was like 40 seconds, 47 seconds ahead. I think he did an extra, he did one extra pit stop. And it's like, yeah, do it, man. If you've got the time like that, and you got the tires, you may as well just put an extra set.
Exactly, yeah. Because at that point, if you're that far ahead, you can pit and you can risk going for a spin, even a couple spins, and you're still going to come away quite easily with the win.
Yeah.
You may as well do it. Yeah. Even if conservatively, if you were to do it, you could go for one spin and then just go, nah, I'm just going to finish the race now rather than risk pushing it for fast and stuff or whatever. So yeah, he had such a big lead. So a little bit, I'm not as devastated. It's funny because like normally I'd be so devastated with the result, but I think because I in my head I quickly made the decision just to try and risk. I was like, oh, that was it was a bit cheeky of me to try and circle back. So I was like, yeah, that was gonna happen. So in a way, I was kind of laughing at myself. I wasn't as devastated as I normally would be.
I'm surprised. I'm still surprised it was a disqualification. It wasn't just a really huge time penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess as the more we race, the more we'll know what not to do.
Exactly. It's all learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good learning. So yeah, and then constructors. Ferrari are very close. Look at this. 2 points behind AlphaTauri.
Yeah. Yeah, so the constructors is actually a lot tighter, right? Because I thought the McLaren guys, actually, can you bring up the results again? The final standings of that. Do you have the race results?
Yeah, this is the race results. So Johnny, Jordan, you. Chris came in 4th. Greg in 5th. Eric 6th. Julian 7th.
Yeah, even though it's just DNF for Eric and Julian, they did finish.
They did finish, yeah.
I think, no offense to Julian if he hears this, he should have done better. Because McLaren, from a constructor's point of view, like they were both behind me at the start. So it was, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren.
Yeah.
They should have been up there further, and they would have, that if you go back to constructors table, would have made heaps up on
an Alpine.
Alpine.
Because Vinny and Geordie weren't in yesterday. Yeah, that's right.
Well, Vinny was, but he didn't.
Sorry, Geordie wasn't.
But Geordie wasn't there, so they would have made could have made a much bigger dent in that. But anyway,
right. So, actually, what happened to you on the first lap? Because you lost quite a few.
I didn't get a good. I wasn't that fast on the start, and I was just conservative. I think Jordan took me early in that start, and then the rest wasn't too bad. I just didn't. I was just a bit slow, and I don't know. Like, what's your start? So you go.
Yeah, I had a good start. Yeah.
So you hold first for a long time. I think I downshifted to second too early or something maybe, and just that my reaction time I felt wasn't too bad, but I was just slow.
Yeah, but you can see me like, so my strategy at the start, especially in these league races, like you can see I got off to a good start. Like I wait until I've got grip and then I floor it.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but you see how I backed off there because I was going to run to the back of Liam and I just thought, no, I'm not going to risk overtaking a few places because I know there's going to be carnage at the start, and there was. And because I started in 12th, and like you'll see in a second, just because I was cautious and just didn't try to overtake too many people, I ended up in 8th. Oh, no, hang on. 7th? 7th, yeah. So I started in 11th. And ended up in 7th just because I just stayed out of everyone's way.
Yeah.
That's huge, right? Four places by turn 3.
It is, man. I mean, you had at least P2 there that you threw away, and driver of the day, I reckon, all the paces you would have made up.
I do. Yeah.
But
it is what it is.
You can explain that to your family, and they'll be disappointed.
Well, like you said, right? It's all good learning. So next time, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't risk it. Just do the painful slow lap and try and come back. Actually, because that's the other thing, right? If I like playing out that scenario, if I had done a slow lap, because I went soft to medium, I could have gone onto softs again, and maybe just tried to make up a lot of time on the softs, because I wouldn't want to go mediums again. Or maybe I could.
I actually would have thought you'd probably be better off on the mediums with 10 laps
again
to go, because and a lot of people were saying that they felt the mediums were better anyway.
Yeah.
So
the
you would have.
softs, yeah, the softs lasted me they lasted me 13 odd laps. Yeah. So I could have. So at lap 15, that's when I DQ'd. So there was only 12 laps left. So I could have got onto softs.
Yeah.
So if I had done another slow out lap, that would have been lap 16. So there's only I could have gone onto softs.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. You could have gone. You could have gone softs, and then just try to. At least you, even as I said, minimum 9th, and possible fastest lap.
Yeah.
And
oh well. Yeah. All in hindsight.
Yeah, it's only 3 points, I guess. 9th. Yeah, 3 points.
Yeah, 10 is 1 point.
2 points.
9th is 2 points. Yeah, so maybe minimum 3 points if I get the fastest lap.
Fastest
2
lap.
and 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that much, is it? Anyway.
It's not, but it's better than no points.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
cool.